it will be a very difficult game. Emma team, a friend of Barcelona. Their weakest link in this team on Betimi Aboene would be player a friend of Eric Garcia.
I think Barcelona is going to dominate the game. In Tibasa, the Monica said defensively, they are not one of the best. But the thing is, can they stop Barcelona from not scoring?
Inter Milan will surely score a goal. This takes this game into more goals coming into the game to over 2.5. Likely say Betimi who in this fixture. Both teams are high scoring team. Inter Milan, one thing about stadium in the Champions League, anytime they play at home, they say Odi can shower, they will be defensively solid for some time. Basa Utia within the next 10-15 minutes, Opposite Sanche will be. So this is something that will lead to a lot of goals in this game. And one thing I'm seeing in this game, they say we'll see a more compact Inter Milan compared to the who was Spain. We'll see a more compact Inter Milan compared to the who was Spain. Young players beat said DiMarco being one of the key players for Inter Milan when it comes to chances creation. But the net me name's a coach Inzaghi Bebon based on the performance Utimida and the Spain. I think in Spain during the first half Nasa Wabre and Untino Timi in Intiane with Lamine Yamal pressure or the Bema on that side. No, it's either maybe you can start another player and later you introduce DiMarco when game is stretchy to come in and create a lot of chances. Inter Milan setup numa players I think that can make good changes for the Inter Milan setup. One DiMarco, depending on where he will be introduced into the game, if he will start or come into the second half. Çalhanoğlu and Barella, these are also two key players. The Inter Milan beat me up boss in Finfino. A distributed balls to the right and the left wing positioner. Meaning that these are two players that they need to step up their game. And they who in the first leg almost stepping up on the game, no, they were able to break through the Barcelona high line. These are two players they can step up and make something good. Lautaro Martinez in the first leg were not a good game. He's fully fit to start. We are looking at say he can be the Lautaro Martinez have been seen in the Champions League. That clinical striker, he takes chances and make sure say Obetimi explore this Barcelona high line. Inter Milan setup. Barcelona, their weakest link in this team on Betimi Aboene would be player a friend Eric Garcia. Today I think Eric Garcia will start as the right back for them with Juskunde Prano. And Eric Garcia is not comfortable playing as a right back. The best positions are about from Manchester City to Barcelona as a centre back or as a number 6. Even as a number 6, no, he's not that comfortable playing there. It's an Inter person more explorer, meaning that they need to use DiMarco very, very well on Eric Garcia. And also on the left side, you say Baldi ain't mean, but Jairo Martin, I don't think say coach never starting in this game. Or Bernard James say maybe a call for Indigo Martinez on that side to be able to stop Dumfries. Indigo Martinez is a player where he doesn't have the pace to be able to match Dumfries. These are two links as Inter Milan explore in the Barcelona setup. So maybe may explore these two links here. They can take advantage and get the early goals a bit here above. Yensha Barcelona and so team Nikaka. With Barcelona and Lewandowski coming in is a booster for them. Now no Acerbi mo, any Bisek mo, any Bastoni mo, they would have a figure in front of them. Within them, they know the potential as Lewandowski Kuta compared to Ferran Torres. They know say he wouldn't come closer to them. Now Lewandowski would come to you, try to push you off the ball and take the ball and distribute it, send your person ahead. They would have a big headache against team. A friend, they will have a big headache against team. A friend, your friend saying Barcelona with Lewandowski being in charge, and they Inter Milan set up. No, if Barcelona to explore them, the places they need to explore more. The DiMarco Bastoni side with Lamine Yamal. I didn't make us say DiMarco with the pace. Any who they no own team engine Lamine Yamal so now it's either they are doing more of a man marking on Lamine Yamal to stop him from creating a lot of chances. Barcelona, omo ball now no person create a chance and they send the ball to Lamine Yamal to be able to create the chance for them. It's Lamine Yamal jibo no or one or two players taking them off. Adi Obey say now he pulls the players out. No create a chance among the likes of Rafinha and Lewandowski or Dani Olmo and Ferran with Lopez or Mubio Betimia starting. So now they need to take that. Barcelona need to take advantage of that side. Bastoni aggressive. DiMarco need that pace to run up and down, to go up front, or also get back. Into Barcelona can explore those channels and use it so well. Another channel that Barcelona may explore the middle of the pitch. The likes of Pedri, the likes of De Jong are very talented to be able to outsmart any center midfielders or make sure in any game. So if they can distribute the ball well to Lewandowski, and Lewandowski would be like a link-up play with Rafinha, any player friend or Lamine Yamal, they can explore this Inter Milan setup. It will be a very difficult game. Emma team, a friend of Barcelona, especially with the Champions League history, and also going into a tougher ground against team, a friend Inter Milan, which they come into games defensively solid. It will be a good game, and will be a win your chance. I'm sure the first leg, on share this game. My options are more on this game. Send me boss, over 2.5 goals, over 2.5 bookings, over 8.5, over 9.5 corners, and now may share second half into 0.5. At the interview, some options here more based on like remember as a neutral odds. They say this game, I don't know who can get into the Champions League final. It will depend on the first 20-30 minutes of the game. But the home record and the back and the Barcelona record of not being good in Champions League away games, I think Inter Milan has the nod ahead of Barcelona. So a handicap of 2 for Inter Milan can also be one option, and Inter Milan win or draw would be one of the riskiest options. But I think it would bring a lot of odds. I'll be media fiscal MYBET.AFRICA.
Okay.
Yeah. Listo, mommy. Yeah, Sanchez here for you. I think that the game will be very exciting. Looking at how our first leg and and in fact, we check the last 2 games between these two teams. At least one and in the 3-3 draw. Last 2 games in the 2020 group stage game and the first leg also last week. Looking at the game, I think that especially with the injury situations at Ebano, HSA, Obeka, I answer Lautaro Martinez in your hamstring problem. Emma ni preferry mu. Emma Mediterranean mobile. So going to this game, already Benjamin Pavard, who is an integral part of our team this season, Mikacho say how I'm set up our team. He's one of the players then if Bisek is going to do that work for him very well. I bet me on okay Dumfries and how Dumfries 2 goals, especially ultimately my Inter Milan team so Thuram and Lautaro Martinez and Bisek players are on this encounter. Right now on the Barcelona side, so Jules Koundé and so any injury, he's out of this game. Leandro Balde has started AA training, but late fitness test, he's not going to be part of the squad on the game near there. But there's still Robert Lewandowski. I don't know if the coach will risk playing him at the start, but definitely he's going to be on the bench. And you see, with these 2 games, me can say proud to this game. Now Inter Milan they have considered just few goals in this Europa Champions League. No more keeping 5 clean sheets. I mean, no more consider just 4 goals. No more keeping 5 clean sheets in the Champions League this season. And they were coming up a Barcelona team at least was share 40 goals in the Champions League this season. Especially no other team in the top 5 leagues in share more goals than Barcelona this season. And Mesanso say averagely in the Champions League this season, Barcelona averaged 3.1 goals per game. Barcelona averaged 3.1 goals per game. This season, they are the side that they have that potent attack. But they will find ways and means to penetrate. In Tiwasha, the moment Thuram in the first leg, Monchek, Unya the first goal in 30 seconds. That is in the history of the Champions League list. That is the fastest goal. In the semi-final game of the UEFA Champions League. In 30 seconds, Thuram shares a goal. I know Omunya the second goal. We saw how Lamine Yamal, 9 players, because at that time, na Inter elbow low block, both mid block and low block. But Lamine Yamal managed to dribble past Thuram. At the ball new run with 9 players, it's me label my ball and share. And yet again, they were able to start the game. And I think that game was a game it's me boy a Timani Basayev, knowing for a fact that consider the first goal in 30 seconds, also consider another goal, and then they check here with just 5 teams, and they no more consider just 5 goals. I keep 8 clean sheets. In that game, Mikacho was the team okita the best defense. Any the team okita the best attack in the Champions League this season. But yes, to you, the team okita the best defense. No, Mikacho was they have 2 key players. Almost you goal machines this season. They're having a fantastic season, and then they two them announcing their presence. It was quite unlucky. Say, unfortunately, say Turam any hamstring injury free mo, but damn freeze made me share goals no, and the whom Barella mo have a control game in terms of how almost set it up. Very hard for all the teams. If Inter set it up, it's very hard for Barca. But yet the domination of the game, I think Barcelona is going to dominate the game. But one thing, so they say, list all. Oh, check it, Barca team now. The thing is, if they are able to map up a strategy to stop Thuram, Dumfries, but the thing is, the highlight no more bono. Highlight no more bono. I say with the 5 back no more Inter for bono. They have more men in attack, and Inter will have ways and means because who shut him over highline. Now who more men at the flanks are. Also another striker, who beat me Puli Kubasi. And Inigo Martinez are going to I had bit my bomb. And they own several times at Barcelona, they defend very well if they have Alejandro Balde. And I'm not for number Balde, so list all. Check it Balde. The number of duels, aerial duels, tackles, interceptions are only at the left side of defense for Barcelona. And mind blowing. Apart from how effective or attack no. Or put or a lot of things at the Barcelona defense. So missing him will be very key for Barcelona. And also with Abraham and Jules Koundé, who has been playing as the right back for this most of the time this season. And I don't think so. Bet me up putting much effort like how I'm not just going to because on any match fitness he's not been playing like how he used to. So to me, I think that if Barcelona are able to stop Inter Milan from not scoring so many goals like they did, it was Spain. They can become victorious. Free Milan, no more victorious. But the thing is, Inter Milan, the best defense in the Champions League this season. Can they also stop Barcelona for? Maybe they can stop them from not scoring that 3.1 goals or more averaging in every game this season. But I don't think they can stop them from not scoring. But it's to check the history of the game. Historically, no, Inter for normal win 9 of our last 11 home semi-final games in Europe, despite the fact that Champions League and now Europa League. And another success, since who say they, if they are going to win now, their hope is to make match on 4th time, and then they also check it Barcelona. After some more Madrid or Magic Copa, they also have ways and means almost beat Magic de la Liga because they are leading by 4 points. But Inter Milan list right now, say chess game no, because they are trailing behind Napoli in the league, and if they have any chance, provided say Napoli they are all winning their last 3 games in the Serie A, they are still not going to win the Scudetto. But Barcelona on the other hand, vice versa, they are almost leading their rivals Real Madrid 4 points. And they also have a chance. I'm meeting my son so I another trophy with a treble possible for them. But least of all, in this history of the Champions League, especially Barcelona for least of all, this season I'm winning 24 games out of the last 30 games. And the only loss by was against Air Dortmund, knowing for a fact say least of all, now Omar winning the first leg comfortably. They don't have nothing to lose. And then Rafinha and as a Lamine Yamal, Rafinha this season least of all 20 goals contribution in the UEFA Champions League. The only player with such record in the Champions League history of the Champions already. Messi record for Barcelona in the Champions League in a calendar season and in a single campaign. We're breaking his record. Right now, he's yet to break Cristiano Ronaldo record. In 2017, 2013, 2014, when you have 17 goals and you have 14 assists in a single UEFA Champions League campaign. And then Rafinha is also doing that. And then apparently Lamine Yamal as a teenager, also record a teenager, also I share 5 goals in this term, only behind Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and Raul more 6 and Erling Haaland 10. These are the only players they were teenagers Omutimi share more than 5 goals in a single UEFA Champions League campaign. So to me, who check the players especially Barcelona have players who can hit them, but yes, Thuram has to live up to expectation. Me pesa social media since some go be posting video be asema 2020. I feel no day, but I'm not hoping say I be affected though. And I know that Thuram will be he's a strong guy. I'm not expecting say Obana or so Abono Nina Kokwe be our money. I'm not expecting say conversation about more in he should live up to expectation. But at least looking at this game, it's going to be an interesting game. Both teams are losing 2 key players. Pavard and Lautaro Martinez. Barcelona are losing 2 key defenders. Abrante and Alejandro Balde and Jules Koundé, 2 key players for both teams. Bako, defenders to be striker Bako, captain and another defender. He has been so influential in this team. And then Hansi Flick, record, especially the history of the game. Nature said, Barca and time call San Siro and time call pick a win, but they've done it before. Omar Reneda, they've won at the San Siro before. So looking in this game, I see both teams scoring.
Okay.
I see both teams scoring. But if Inter Milan, Thuram, if they are able to score goals, now Omutimi Sansu put in another much better performance. The Champions League this season, I'm keeping 8 clean sheets. I consider just 5 goals. If Omutimi defended very well, I know that definitely Barcelona is going to score. Or they won't even stop them from scoring. But if they are able to limit the 3.1 average goals, makes me have an edge over this game. Historically, game no echo in favor of them. But currently, with this Barcelona attack, it will be very difficult. So I'm going for maybe a 2-1 victory for Barcelona, or maybe a double chance. Even if Inter beats me and winning, the history of the game, echo in favor of them. But if Inter beats me, winning, it might go on extra time. But there's my full-time prediction. I see a 2-1 victory for Barcelona.
So how do now it is clear that players are only making Barca team no ebe clicky. One player, which is Lamine Yamal. Because Inter will always be behind the ball and try and exploit the spaces Barca beja or Mahal line. So a counter attack everybody can. But now Barca also breaking Inter Milan down. How do Inter Milan stop Lamine Yamal? Now at their left side, obviously, Weber, a left-footed centre back.
Inigo.
No, I'm talking about Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Yes.
Bastoni.
Obviously, Bejina left side into no be way. Then
Asebi and
Bisek. Now we Pavard, but I don't know say
Pavard Ombo. He's not. Many should some started Pavard.
How am I rational man about there? HSL or Memanabo. Because they feel say he's much better than Bisek.
All right.
Whatever be the case, I think Bisek was okay. They managed to tame when once the Barca and create chances from their left side. Because of a left-footed player and a down. Most of chances if he the right side.
Yeah.
So I'm Carlos Augusto. Also to me ball left wing back or no ne Dimarco. You say what Dimarco have over him passing control at the tight spaces.
And also experience
going forward any other day. Carlos Augusto can give you the defensive solidarity now. Dimarco Enino. So in this case, why not ball? Because you need to stop Lamine Yamal. Very, very important. Because last week had after almost share first goal, no, and almost to me Lamine Yamal. I think that they could have won the game, but they allow him to exploit himself. Of course, a lot of havoc. How do they deal with him?
Yeah, used to the question now is the only answer is you cannot stop Lamine Yamal. That is a fact. So back here this season, But yeah, analysis which the reason why Barcelona have non-stoppable is they have players at any given position, at any given circumstance, they can relieve or make me redeem you. Used to well. Anytime they have creative wingers, they are the new deal. Creative wingers, they are the new deal. They can do everything to create, to score, to assist, to dribble, to take on. And Russia, on the Inzaghi said, Lamine Yamal was the main two guy. That is Inter Milan coach, you know. At least in the pre-match conference, when you be at T, so when you be at Kenkai, I say, obey you so 3 players to stop Lamine Yamal. But the thing is, game na here, but at least 11v11. In his own conquest, what the 3 players, and now 2 players go 2 players back as well. Ube shorty, it was somewhere. And the thing is, in as much as Lamine Yamal, the gem, the go-to guy of Barcelona team, no. We should not forget that Rafinha is the best player for Barcelona this season. 20 goals contribution. In all the 3 players who go Lamine Yamal as well. Rafinha will score. Shebon not short or bull French man, Ekobo Boy Yansuma, a year on goal. So there is no way Ubet must stop Barcelona attack. A fact. Kobisa Asakani team no Atiko. Atiko team share 2 goals, 3 goals. Yet Barcelona beshe goal. In Barca, the many guys said defensively, they are not one of the best. And Barca struggles to play against a team about 2 top. In Zobekaya, the first leg analysis, you know, the last pitch I remember Sakare also was on one team Atiko. Any Barca game on board 4-4. How could Barca any Inigo Martinez struggle to stop Alvarez and Alexander Solo? Right now, Lautaro Martinez, you know, but if Anatovic or Mehdi Taremi, whoever will pair with Thuram, they can cause havoc to Barcelona team. No? But the thing is, can they stop Barcelona from not scoring? Because, listo, Lamine Yamal, so okay say, ube stopping now. The only way you can stop him is umanin take you on. Or chin one way at all. That means a foul, free kick. But the passing range, how adia eka Lamine Yamal bon man ni hu ni say e otimi bibia, and how with me finding ways. See how otimi finding Ferran Torres, and that wasn't the first American Lamine Yamal pass. Maybe Yamal for doing Enyamba. So apart from scoring that good goals, taking on all 23 players, Emma game near lively. Ne pass ni idea people are not paying attention to. So between the 3 players at Angelisto, Obebo pass na Ferran Torres, Pedri befa home, and Rafinha, or even if they are going to start Lewandowski, still they will find ways and means to score. So listen, a question of is there is no way to stop Rafinha, but the only way Inter beat man say, Oma prove say they are the best defense team in the Champions League this season. 5 goals conceded, least 8 clean sheets. They should minimize the number of goals that Barcelona be shipping in, and they should make sure say they will utilize. They can also score, because this Barcelona defense, Medicaya, how Inter best set it up, they will have ways and means to hit them. In the first leg, Inter Inzaghi who say Barca cannot defend them, especially in set pieces. They cannot defend them, especially in set pieces. Barca cannot defend them whenever they are coming from the wide areas. So stopping Lamine Yamal is very difficult. It is something that it can be done. But oh yeah, there will be spaces in behind. And all the Marco, all the Asebia na Bastoni, as also the Hakan no go crack or cramping on one side, he will play that penetrative passes to Ferran Torres, who likes to run. And then maybe Lamine Yamal will not be on the score sheet, but he will create chance. Ebema Ferran Torres and Rafinha Mache, or even if Utimi stopping him, which is very unlikely. Ebe create, ebe the scene took a lot of space, a lot of hole. Ebe 2 defense. Rafinha, who is the most dangerous player in Barcelona team this season, ebe faso they are affecting. So if you are able to stop him, other players will cook. If you are not able to stop him, he will cook as well. Into the other say, obenu aduane no kra na wanu adu ba bi na anu akokudum stove no wanu adu ba bi anu akokudum stove no nja se emo na bin bata se emu ye din ebi ye din wom. So stopping them from not scoring more goals, because if Inter were able to do that, minimizing the goals, they could have come out, come on top as victorious in the first leg. So least to question it there is no way Ubitman stopping Lamine Yamal. I've never seen that before. Say Obia pocketing Lamine Yamal. Or no, he is not that 1v1 or a 1v1 specialist, but he doesn't strive on that to create chance. That's the mechanic say. Who stopping someone in China? Or pass. And that pass, ultimately stop it. And even if all the 3 players, 4 players continue so other players able taking that spaces. That hole now are creating on and their barber show. So to me, I think that it's going to be very difficult. The games need there. If Inter are able to go away, they should defend very well. Omu defending well. Omu making sure say they won't let Barcelona score more than 2 goals. If they are able to secure that solid defense, from avoiding Barcelona scoring more than 2 goals in this game, 2 goals in this game, Inter can win this game. But if Oman Timia no man defending, then Oman attack and so Tura money either Mediterranean or another vegetable and converting the least chances on Bitman create here, it will affect them in this game list too.